For once, when I'm taking a break at work, it doesn't seem like it's long enough break. You know what I mean? Um, but since this break is long, I guess I'll just make this short video. So today is the 3rd, and it is the decision to see if we're going to get a new president, to see if we're going to get fucked or extra fucked. And the guy that we have now, despite having no political experience and everything like that, to be candid, he's done some good. People don't like him, and there's multiple reasons why. I'm not going to go into it, but the main reason why people don't want him to be president again is simply because they don't like him. That being said, I want to be perfectly honest. I've never voted in my life, ever. I wished for a president to get in, but I've never actually voted. Unfortunately, I was too young for Bush, so that's out of the water. When I was old enough, 12, Obama got in. Even when I was old enough, I wasn't able to vote. That's kind of a long story. I was in Hamden High at the time, and I don't know. It was just crazy back then. But even if I could vote, I probably wouldn't vote for Obama at the time, because I didn't want it to seem like I was voting for him simply because he was a black guy and I'm black myself, or he's somewhat black, whatever. He's not fully black. So, a lot of shit happened during I want to say his Obama's second term. And I guess that's when I really woke up and realized that I had to vote, but I still didn't, because it was between Hillary or Trump. Now, when I was old enough to actually know what was going on with politics and everything like that, I was a little bit unsure on what I really stood for until I actually knew. And when I first got my pistol permit and I realized the battle struggle of taking away someone's gun rights, I knew for a fact that I definitely wasn't rooting for Hillary. Whether they say we just want better backgrounds, whether they said that we're not going to take all your guns, whether they said that we're just going to limit your guns or limit your ammo capacity, whatever the case may be, if it was a privilege before, the privilege shouldn't be taken away. So, with that being said, when Trump's was pretty much in support for guns, that's when I knew that he's pretty much, for me, he's the lesser evil of the world. Not only that, but before Trump got in, I was pretty much prepping myself to get into the Air Force at the time. Unfortunately, I was too fat, but I know that in the Air Force or in the military, most people for the most part, not everyone, but for the most part, they want a president that's behind their military. And it was this one guy who he was a former Green Beret, and I read his story, and if you like really do your research and connect the dots, um, Hillary wasn't really about that life. When Obama was when he was a president, he didn't really support the military like he was supposed to. Then Trump was like, he supports the military, and I was like, well, if I'm going to eventually join the military, I would like to have someone who actually cares about me have my back. Now that I'm out of the military, it's been like a year and some change since I got out. I still have that, military mindset, and I like when, before I joined the military and people say, oh, I'm a veteran and all that stuff, and I'm like, honestly, I was like, yeah, congratulations, you're a veteran, cool, great, you served, but now that I'm a veteran myself, I have a deeper appreciation for those who have served before me. And when Trump was speaking, he said that, before we let in refugees, we should, focus on the people who serve the country first, and I stand by that. When I was in the military, I heard a lot of talk that there's been big changes in the military for the better, actually, and that's when I realized that, even though I didn't vote for Trump, I rooted for him. I felt that my choice was a good choice. Here we are, pretty much 4 years later, and it's between Joe Biden, who's anti-gun, and then we have Trump, who's well, he did mention things about silencers and bump stocks, but still, he's not like Biden, where he just wants to get rid of that completely, though. But nonetheless, he still supports the Second Amendment in some fashion. So, did I vote for Biden, and did I vote for Trump, or did I vote for a third party or independent? No, I didn't. However, I do want to say that depending on who the president will be, honestly, if it is Trump again, the next president that decides to run, I'm definitely, for a fact, gonna play my role as a U.S. citizen and start voting, like, legitimately. I know people are going to have a lot of things to say about me not voting and how my vote counts, and they're going to take my vote and put the vote towards whoever or wherever. I get that, but it is what it is. Here in the state of Connecticut, it's a blue state. It's a Hillary Clinton state. It's a Joe Biden state. It's a Barack Obama state. It's a blue state, and so for the most part, people here in Connecticut will vote for Biden out of pretty much for not wanting Trump in, honestly. Trump created jobs, and I think he's done a lot of good. I feel that he's done a lot of good for the short amount of time that he's been in office. And he says some dumb, off the wall shit. We all know that he does. And I try to like read in between the lines. I try to and try to make sense of what he's saying. And then when something does happen that goes his way, I realize, oh, so that's what he meant. You know what I mean? They say Trump is a racist, but I mean, come on, like, we're in America. Everyone is racist. Like, whether we want to admit it or not, America is the most racist country ever. You know, there are countries that hate black people simply because we exist, but America hates everyone equally, especially if you're black. So no matter who we vote for or who I vote for, when I do decide to vote again, I know that I'm still going to be hated as a black man. And then there's going to be Spanish guys out there that will be hated simply because they're Spanish. Pretty much, if you're not Caucasian, you're going to be hated against by someone. That's truth be told. And truth is a hard pill to swallow. With that being said, I have 4 minutes until my break is over. So I'm gonna leave on that little precious note there. And pretty much just, not that anyone cares, but I just want to get it out there, therapeutically, that depending on who the next president will be, and yes, to be honest, I do hope it is Trump, that I will definitely be a voter. Now, if he doesn't get in, then I know that my wishes as a person wouldn't really matter on who I vote for. So, and that the system is probably rigged. I don't know. This game is much bigger than all of us. Whether we want to admit it or not, we're just sheep, and we'll just keep playing the game until we get played, I guess.